Rolf figures it out. He figures out how to make tobacco something you can market to a large population. Up until John Rolfe, you could get tobacco. The problem was it wasn't processed, it wasn't cured, which meant every time you took a puff, you'd cough. He figured out how to make it smooth. So yeah, maybe in the beginning when you're first learning how to smoke, you cough, but after a while you don't cough anymore. And this may be even more important, to create a consistent flavor. We're super obsessed with consistent flavors. We want to know what we're going to bite into when we bite into food. Here, think about this. Budweiser. Whether you love it or hate it, doesn't matter, I don't care. Whether you drink alcohol or not, I don't care. That's not why I'm bringing up Budweiser. Budweiser, you could buy a can from any grocery store on the planet of Budweiser, and it'll taste exactly identical to all the other cans on the planet throughout time. So if you bought a can 40 years ago and drank that Budweiser, and then now you're drinking one now, it will taste the same. How? That's incredible. That is an industrial feat. How do you take something from nature and make it so you have a permanent, consistent, predictable taste? That's remarkable. Their brewing process is insane. That's how important it is we have a consistent, predictable taste. And of course, when you cure tobacco, what they would do is they would make, it looks like a barn, but it's skinny. It doesn't go deep. It's wide, but it doesn't go deep. So two big doors on it. You hang the tobacco leaf from the ceiling, and then you open and close the doors to regulate the amount of humidity and heat that the tobacco is being exposed to. So you basically have to be constantly going and checking the doors to get it the right level, and then you chop the tobacco. The English now have to ask themselves a question. Here's the question. Do we market tobacco intentionally to our own public? This is the 1610s. They're asking this question. Now you go, yeah, but they didn't know how bad it was. They did. Because by the 1590s, even though it wasn't a widespread marketed good, doctors had already been writing treatises saying, if you smoke tobacco, it will make you sick frequently and it will shorten your life expectancy. By the 1590s. So in the 1990s, when our amazing, glorious, uncorruptible Congress invite the 7 CEOs of the 7 major tobacco companies to testify in front of Congress, they ask them point blank, does tobacco cause cancer? And the 7 CEOs of the 7 tobacco companies go, absolutely no evidence that it does. And then they said, is nicotine addictive? And they said, no more habit forming than jogging and M&Ms. Isn't that fascinating? We had known for 500 years that both of the answers were yes. So when the English in the 1610s are thinking, what do we do now? We have this deadly narcotic that's really addictive that we could market to our own people. It would generate money. The money would flow across the Atlantic to Virginia, and then Virginia wouldn't be a giant money pit where we're losing cash every day. Or we can just let the colony fail. They launched an ad campaign to intentionally addict their own population to a deadly narcotic that they knew was a deadly narcotic, and became the world's first ever drug dealer empire. Later they'll upgrade to opium when they're like, wow, we found something better. Better than tobacco? Yes, opium.